Hey Guitar Fam and friends, welcome to this episode of the Improv Loop. This time we're going to take a look at how to start really playing and improvising over minor chords, just like we did with major chords earlier in this series. And last time we kind of started on that and touched on it, but this time we're going to take a look at how to do some reactive playing, just like we did with the major pentatonic scale. If you haven't already, go to guitarfam.com and create your complimentary account. Every Guitar Fam member gets one personal private one-on-one video lesson with me. The first one's complimentary, so there's no risk. Go ahead and do that. You can sign up or schedule the lesson on the site if that sounds like something you're interested in. Let's go ahead and get started with this. So the point of this video or this episode is to get you to start just playing reactively using your ear with the minor pentatonic scale over, a minor chord progression. So we can do something like A minor to D minor. But the structure behind us needs to change so we have something to react to. So that's all the jam track for this lesson is. It's a couple measures, 2 measures of A minor and 2 measures of D minor. Just goes back and forth between those two. And instead of using the whole minor pentatonic scale, because I don't want you to just run up and down the scale, what we're going to do is limit ourselves to just the top 3 strings or the skinniest 3 strings. And you can even throw this root note on the D string here if you want, just because it's a good anchor point. So the root notes of this scale are the low E string, 5th string, this root note here, up 2 frets over 2 strings on the D string, that's an A note 2, and the high E string, the 5th fret of the high E string. But we'll get into chord tones and more things like that in the next episode. But for now, all I want you to do is play over this loop, play a note, play a couple more notes, and if you don't like the note you're hitting over the chord, either the A minor or the D minor, get off of it and go to the next one and just really pay attention to how things sound. And do your best not to just go up and down the scale. Try to mix it up, All of a sudden you're playing things that sound like music and words instead of just going up and down a scale. And try to leave some space in between things, randomize the notes a little bit, and if you don't like a note, just get off of it. Okay, here is the loop, just 2 measures of A minor followed by 2 measures of D minor. I'm not really thinking about the notes I'm choosing. I'm just using the shape and reacting with my ear if I like the note or if I don't like the note. Here you go. So that's just a good example of how you can use one scale to cover multiple chords in a key if the chords fit with the key. In this case, if we're in the key of A minor is the 1 chord and D minor would be the 4 chord. And so that works out perfectly for this. And using your ear, giving some space and kind of limiting yourself in which area of the fretboard you can play in is a good way to make some more conscious choices about what you're playing instead of just going something like this. Leaving some space. Sounds a lot better than just running up and down the scale. So the big takeaway from this episode is to just limit yourself to that little fragment of the minor pentatonic scale and just get used to mixing things up, putting a little more space in between your phrases and really choosing your notes by ear and just reacting and seeing what sounds good to you over the chords as they change. So if you have any questions about this, I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. You can leave a comment below, or better yet, go to guitarfam.com and create your complimentary account. Every Guitar Fam member gets one personal private one-on-one video lesson with me. The first one is free. And one more thing that I wanted to mention, if you're looking for jam tracks to play over, go to Merlin Music, that YouTube channel. Merlin is one of our Guitar Fan members, and he's doing a great job putting these jam tracks together. They're a lot of fun. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll talk about choosing your chord tones and what chord tones to play out of the major pentatonic scale and the arpeggio, so you can make a little bit more of an educated decision about what you're playing. See you there.